Hey everybody, today I'm making some super quick index cards. I'm using simple index cards as you see them here, and I wet them on the back side and on the front so they do not warp that much. And I'm using Brushos today. I picked 3 different index cards, a dotted one, a lined one, and one with a grid texture. And I just sprinkle the brushes onto the wet cards. That's a really fun process, and it's really nice to watch the pigments flow. I'm using, I think it's orange, emerald green, and Prussian blue. I let my cards dry on their own, and now I'm going in with our Cross It Stencil, some heavy gesso, and a sponge, and I'm just adding in some texture. I try not to overload the sponge so the paint doesn't flow under the stencil. This also needs some drying time, and if it's not opaque enough, you can always add a second layer. I'm now going in with some simple background stamping. I'm using an image from our Mix It Up 5 stamp set. I will link up all the supplies I've used in the video description. And I'm using a color that matches my background. So I picked the Rusty Brown from StazOn, and that's quite an orangey color, so it's perfect with the orange on the background. I also go in with the Midnight Blue from StazOn, which is a darker blue and matches the Prussian blue from the Brushos. I also wanted to use that Harlequin stamp from the Mix It Up 5 stamp set, and I don't want to stamp it all over the cards, so I just laid it to my surface and then inked it up and just dip the card in so I get a little bit of the texture to the background. I thought some metallic splatters would look nice on these cards, and I'm using, I think it's the metallic copper color from Liquitex, and I just splatter some of it onto the cards. I also wanted to add some tabs to the cards, and I die cut some from another index card background. I had this left over and I thought it might be nice to use it for die cutting. And here I'm stamping just part of that image to that tab. I use mainly the number, and then I will adhere these tabs to the cards. Also, if you have a messed up background, maybe you could just use this and do some die cutting with it, some tabs or little tags or whatever, so you don't have to throw it away. I'm now adhering the tabs to the index cards. For the focal point of the index cards, I have stamped images from our Collage Leaves #2, and I have already cut them out. I have stamped them, I believe, to mixed media paper, the Canson mixed media paper, and I spritz them with water and I sprinkle the brushes onto them. I try not to overdo it because brushes really give you a lot of color. At first sight, it always looks like it's not enough, but usually once they bleed into your wetness and then you let them dry, you have quite a lot on your piece. I will let those dry and then adhere them as the focal point to my cards, so you can see that here. And I did not anything else to these cards, just adhered that focal image, and I really like how those turned out, and you will find details about it also over on our blog, and you will find the links in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope we will see us next time. Bye!